know why I feel this way. Every day I wanna run away. I think I'll go back to that place I stay. Play on the server the TimeShot way.
Hello, people. It's Poet, and we're back on TimeShot. Now, I logged in and saw this. I was gonna keep it for myself, but I think you need more. I set to the time of the next meeting, so you won't forget. Heart Fabe. This is about a server meeting that we had. We had a server meeting scheduled last week, and I couldn't make it. And so I think it was very last minute. I kind of rescheduled. I rescheduled the meeting. I was like, okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I really couldn't make it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to reschedule to the next week, which was today. Well, my sister shows up. She sent me a text message and said, hey, I'm on the way to your house. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Preheat your oven. I'm bringing pizza. And I only got the message like 5 minutes before my sister arrived, which was literally 5 minutes before the meeting was going to start. And so I wasn't really able to go to this meeting either, which was really disappointing because I had a lot to talk about, as I usually do at these meetings, the server meetings that we have every month. Kind of just to stay on the up and up about what we're doing and how things are going and things like that. What pick did I just break? Oh, it was just a plain pick. That's right. But anyway, I really, really wanted to get to the meeting, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't, you know? I haven't seen my sister in probably 6 months, seems like. And it was her birthday yesterday, so you know what? I wasn't gonna be upset about it. I was gonna be pretty cordial about it, and just, you know what? She's family anyway. I'll deal with it. She can show up randomly all she wants and take away from my business time all she wants. She was sort of accommodating in that, you know, she didn't spend too much time here at my house. She asked me several times, you know, do you need to get back to work? Do I need to go? And by that point, it was kind of just like, no, you can, you know, spend as much time as you like. So today, oh well, actually, let me first start by saying, I don't know if any of you quality junkies have noticed. I'm sure you will, because it looks super, super fast to those looking at it, almost sped up. Like, I find Minecraft especially is like this because of the fast turns that you can do. I've been recording in 1080p, 60 FPS, and that's up from 720p, 30 FPS of my videos of old. So there are, I think, several that I've still pre-recorded in a lower quality that will still be posted in a lower quality. And of course there are games, I think, like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, the best quality that the game can be in, because it's so old a game, is 720p. So like things like that will still be in 720p. I'll try to do them at least in 60 frames per second. And things like this will be in 1080p, 60 frames per second. Any chance that I get to do the highest quality, I will. And, you know, that I think does matter to the people who really like watching in HD. It might be a small audience, but you know what? It really doesn't take that much more effort from me to do, because I record anyway in the highest quality. I always have. I've always recorded in the highest quality, and then I kind of like I downgrade the video for YouTube. Well, I'm gonna stop just downgrading it, so it's that extra step is taken out. It doesn't save me any time, unfortunately, but it's still, you know, it's not any extra effort at least. So what I am doing is tearing out this entire place, because what I want to do is build an interior wall. It's what I kind of decided. It just needs to be done. It just needs to be done. I'm going to build an interior wall, and the big reason for it is because I want to have kind of buildings coming off that interior wall. And also, I think it'll look a little bit better. And what I also want to do, of course, like I've kind of talked about, whoops, I almost missed that jump. What I've talked about is building out here, and now I've taken all the trees out. I'm probably going to keep going and actually take the trees out all the way to over there, almost to that little tunnel that goes up to MK's. Hello? What the heck is going on in that little hole? Oh no, that's not a sword. Oh, yeah. There we go. Boy. And there's a torch in that hole. Huh. But anyway, you guys saw how far that tree line went. I'm probably gonna... Unfortunately, chicken, you're gonna have to die. I'm probably gonna go and cover the entire swamp, essentially, with my builds. So this entire area that you see here, probably wrapping up around there, going all around this whole area, probably up to that pathway, but not further than that pathway. Probably all of this is going to be my land, and I'm going to work with it from there. Of course, finishing the dock that I'm working on as well, but it's going to probably be a big retaining wall up along here, curving around. And there's going to be some kind of a gate or entranceway from this side of the fence, so to speak. There's going to be some kind of an entranceway going into this area here. Or, what I've also talked about, of course, is tearing down this entire wall this way, and then just extending this wall out this way. Now, I think that the easier method, of course, is just building a gateway, and considering how many other little projects I have going constantly on this server that never get finished, I think I'm going to have to take the easy way out this time. For now, of course. There's always time to change in the future. I'm one of those people who I really don't mind tearing down a whole build. It kind of sucks, but I don't mind tearing down a whole build. Obviously, the more complex the build, the more I don't want to tear it down. Like, I really, 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 really have to be desperate to tear down this house. But I might not care too much about tearing down this, which I've actually pretty well done in the past. When I found out that I had built it a little bit too close to this wall, I actually tore down half of this tower and rebuilt it, which you guys, of course, didn't see. I did that all off camera, but I did it, so I don't mind doing that. I've rebuilt this one once before, at least, and I'll probably be tearing that one down too again. I don't know. I gotta tear stuff down and rebuild and keep tweaking things and fixing things to make it look right. But the place to start where I decided that would benefit me the most was right here. So what I got to do is kind of just keep going with the shovel, dig away some of this dirt here. Now, what I kind of wanted to talk about today... oh, actually, let me also mention, kind of on a tangent, is that I got myself a new computer, which is a really, really nice computer. I mean, I've never used a computer quite as nice as this one in my life. And considering that I used to work in IT, and I used to see literally hundreds of computers come by my desk and stuff, you know, I've never seen one this good. A lot has to do with that, obviously. The year, you know, I haven't really... I have not bought a new computer since 2007. You know, a lot of people say, oh, Poet, what kind of crazy computer do you have to play all these games on, these great games on and stuff? My computer is honestly 7 years old. I upgraded the graphics card once You know, that's how I was able to still play a lot of the games. But it was getting pretty dated. You know, so it was time. It was time. So now I turned my 7-year-old computer into my editing computer. I go there to do all my editing now. I switched from my Mac. I'm no longer on a Mac for editing. I'm now on my old Windows computer is my new editor. And I use Adobe Premiere now, which is a huge switch. That tied me up for quite a long time actually, where there's no easy way to convert if you have everything done in Final Cut Pro on a Mac, and all of a sudden I'm going to be using a completely different program on a Windows computer. So I had to recreate all of my different series. So every series that you see for the last about 2 weeks now, maybe longer depending on when I post this episode, but I've had to completely recreate from scratch, which essentially means that, you know, all the intros, either I had to remake it or completely re-render it, find the original raw footage that I think I must have kept for most of them, completely re-render it in a new program, re-edit it, figure out new methods of doing certain things. It's been a huge learning process, a learning curve, and so that's tied me up quite a bit. Like, I can't just quickly throw in, if I wanted to do the Stanley Parable, because I haven't done a Stanley Parable episode since I got this whole new setup. If I wanted to do one before, I would record it, throw it onto my Mac, and then basically almost hit upload. I had it that streamlined. It would be almost drag and drop. Well, now I have to completely create a whole new project for Stanley Parable and start from scratch, essentially. With even the thing like that dubsteppy outro that I've got has to be dropped in and custom fit and all that kind of stuff every time. So, it's been a lot of work, but worth it. I think totally worth it. Totes worth it, because this computer is really great. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you know, a few months ago, a year ago, you were struggling. You were struggling financially. You needed help from people. They were turning off the power in your house because you couldn't pay the bills. And, you know, now you're buying yourself some fancy, beautiful computer. What gives, you know? You big liar. You big phony. But the truth of the matter is that, number one, I have been saving up for a year. I have been saving a lot. And, you know, I don't have any habits. You know, I don't smoke. I don't drink, so I don't spend money on alcohol or going to the bars or things like that. I don't go out very often. So, you know, spending money on friends and stuff just doesn't happen. I don't spend money on myself. I don't buy myself very much. Everything I buy is essentially used for doing YouTube work. So, you know, it's fairly easy to save up. The rest of my money has been going into fixing up my house. But I've been saving. I've been saving a little bit every month, to the point where finally I can afford to buy this computer. And I have to admit that some of the budget definitely did come from wherever that Minecon budget may have been, if there ever was a Minecon budget to begin with. There really almost wasn't. That has now been reacquisitioned into this computer. Obviously, there are people who did donate a little bit, tiny bit, towards the Minecon, me going to Minecon. I think like maybe $10, $20 or so was donated towards me going to Minecon. If Minecon's ever a thing, obviously, I'm sure I'll be able to cover that $20. It won't be wasted, that donation, so don't worry about that. But yeah, if there was a Minecon budget, it is no longer there, and I'll have to now start saving up once again. There are rumors. Once again, I heard this rumor before, but I've heard it again, that Minecon may be in April. If it is in April, then you know, I'll have to save up, but I'm sure that I'll be able to. Even if it takes all of December's budget, November, December's budget, going towards it. I've heard absolutely nothing about Minecon, though. So it's kind of one of those things where nobody's really saving up, I think. I don't know. I get that impression that nobody's saving up for Minecon anymore. Like, nobody's, oh, this is going to be a thing. Pretty well everyone I've talked to is like, so, see you at PAX East. See you at PAX wherever. PAX Prime. And nobody's really saying, okay, I'll see you at Minecon. Not this time. We are smarter than that. But anyway, the budget was not like... It's not like I'm rich now and that I have all the money in the world. No. I saved up. I saved up pennies to get this computer. And 7 years, I think, of it. Because I haven't bought a new computer in 7 years. It's 7 years in the works, this budget. So, yeah, no. It's an expense, too. A business expense that I'll be able to write off. And I need write-offs. So... yeah, no. Had to happen. Had to do something with the money that I didn't spend on the conventions. I ranted and raved that, hey, what am I going to spend my tax money on? You know, what can I write off now? Well, that was something that I could write off, so. It all works out in the end, and it's all explained easily. So, there you go. Now, what I wanted to kind of talk about is about motivation. Now, I've talked about motivation in the past, but this is a more personal note this time around. Entirely because of a few things. What happened recently is that I've kind of come to realize that I need to schedule myself. I need to put myself on a schedule and work. I just need to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I need to do this. And unfortunately, I haven't been doing this. You know, it's kind of like a big confession here, but I admit fully that there's a lot of wasted time in my day. That I wake up, roll out of bed, usually watch a movie or two. I'll then make some coffee, watch a bit more TV, finally get around to getting to the computer. I'll record a video quick, I'll edit it up, and then I'll render it, release it. Usually the video will be up in the afternoon to the evening, and that's when I'm posting my videos, in the afternoon or evening, and you know, that's how it goes. But I want to stop doing that. I want to be able to wake up early and do work early and get work done and be productive and be able to have a schedule and be able to basically say to you guys, okay, well, Monday and Tuesday are going to be this series, and then every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is going to be this other series, and, you know, like I almost used to be able to do. But it's funny, since I started doing this as a career, as my job, I told myself, you know what, I'm going to have to dedicate myself. I can't just get into the groove of things and then get kind of too comfortable with where I'm at. I can't do that. I need to really, really focus and commit myself to working. And for the most part, I have, but then there are days where I just don't. So I got to get better at it. I just got to get better. That's the hardest thing I have to admit. But, you know, I look at especially from a competition standpoint, I want to be able to make videos for you guys for a very long time. And people have always said to me, well, what about when YouTube dies? Which probably will happen in the future. I don't know when. 10 years? 15 years? maybe tomorrow. What will I do after that? Well, I want to be able to do something still related to this. You know, I want to be able to do videos for you guys to watch where people will watch them. I don't know where that'll be, but I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to still do that, keep doing that. And to be competitive, I need to always be doing the best that I can. And I'd be lying to say to you guys that I have been doing the best that I can. When I had a day job, it's kind of funny, but at the same time a little bit sad, is that I used to be able to do a lot more on YouTube. Now, it's weird to think about that, because my day is completely empty now, and what do I do in a day? I should be making YouTube videos. But I don't. And that's the problem. When I was working, YouTube was my big outlet. I worked at a dead-end job all day, and YouTube was my release from that job. It was that hobby project that I loved doing. I came home at 6 o'clock and right away started recording the videos, because I knew that by tomorrow I'm going to have to get the videos done, and I'd be working until like 2 in the morning, but I'd be working on it. Now I'm almost too comfortable. I don't have that job, and I will often just not work through just a lack of motivation to work. There's no excusing it. There's no excuse for it. So, what can I do to kind of kick myself in the butt? And that's something that I have to discover. It'd be a lot easier if I had someone in my life who I lived with, who lived with me, who could be that person to say, hey, Poet, you need to get down to work. Like, what are you doing sitting on the couch? Get up and go work. You could be working right now. I almost need that person. It's just the fact that I don't have that person that it's really tough. And unfortunately, will it change in the near future? Unlikely. And even if it did, I shouldn't have to rely on someone to be that kind of person for me, I shouldn't need a person to say, Poet, get to work. I should be able to make myself work. So, what I want to be able to do, and I guess the reason why I'm kind of confessing all of this to you guys, is that maybe if I confess the fact that I don't motivate myself enough, that I don't work as hard as I should, maybe that confession to you guys will motivate me to do it, to keep to a schedule, to work hard. I know what time it is right now. Let me just look at my clock. Hold on. It's 1:30 in the morning right now, and I'm still working. And that's the way that it almost should be. If I'm going to be awake, I should be working. I shouldn't be sitting around watching movies and doing nothing. Unless my work is done. And, I look at people who are really, really work-oriented, like Wyn, and what Wyn will do, I just admire her completely in 100%, 1,000 times percent. Because what she'll be able to do, it just blows me away. Where I'm the kind of guy who I'll be like, hey, want to watch a movie? Want to just hang out and play some Mega Walls? Or want to do this and that and this and that? And she'll be like, no, I have to record this series and this series and this series and this series. And that just always blows me away, that someone can be that dedicated to working properly. And I need to be on that level. I need to be at that level. To be competitive, to be, on the same level as the other people who are at my level. I may have 100,000 subscribers, but when I look at the sheer amount of work and effort that goes into what other people who have 100,000 subscribers channels go through, I mean, my channel is lacking. I need to step it up. I need to be better. I need to do better. Not only for you guys, but for myself. Now, let me see. I need to get an idea for what this interior wall will look like. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm going to just use stone brick, probably. It's the easiest way. And then maybe I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I got an idea in my head. But I need the stone brick first. But yeah, I need to figure out a way to motivate myself to work, to stick to a schedule. And I think a schedule is probably the best way to do it, to go about it. I have written schedules in the past, but never kept to them, never stuck to them. And I need to somehow dedicate myself to doing it. So what I'm going to be doing in the next few days, you probably won't see the change, unfortunately, for weeks, but what I definitely want to be doing... Where's all the... Didn't I have more stone brick than that? Oh, yeah, here it is. There we go. Well, that's enough, I guess. For now. Anyway, what I want to... That annoys me. What I want to do is try to write up a schedule that... A better schedule than I've ever written for myself before. Which will be a feat in itself. But... What I've found is that often when I write a schedule, I'll have like... Well, Mondays, I'll do a Vampire Z episode, and then I'll do a Jurassic Park Builder, and I'll do a Spore episode. And then on Tuesday, I'll do a Hide and Seek episode, and a Minecraft Dinosaurs episode, and a Jurassic Park Operation Genesis episode, and a this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. I need to stop that. I need to stop that right now. I need to figure out a way that I can actually make a series work. Like, I know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to get a Vampire Z episode once a week. I just know that I won't. It's an impossibility. And the reason I say that it's an impossibility is because generally, in fact, entirely, Vampire Z episodes I've always recorded with people. And I would be not recording it with people if I wanted to have it that often. Just not going to happen that way, you know. I need to record with people. People don't like recording Vampire Z. Other people that I play with, the TimeShot people, they don't like Vampire Z. I understand that. Even Hide and Seek, another really... I love making Hide and Seek episodes. I love making Hide and Seek episodes. Honestly, I do. But I know that people that I record with won't enjoy making those episodes. They don't want to. So it's very difficult for me to get episodes of those out. I still need to figure out a way to have kind of an episode like that every now and then, but I'm not going to dedicate it to an entire day of the week. A thing like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which right now I'm probably only posting maybe one a week, one every couple weeks even. Someone even pointed out the other day, sort of rudely, but they do have a point. You know, hey Poet, it's been 3 weeks since you did a Jurassic Park Builder series. And it's like, yeah, I know. I just, you know, how do I motivate myself to do that kind of series? Because I don't have anything scheduled right now. When am I supposed to do a series like that? And then there's also the case of, you know, again, looking at Win for inspiration. when she picks up a new series, she often has to say, well, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do this other series now. I'm going to have to cut one out. And I have to decide which one I'm going to cut out. And again, it's something that I hugely admire, that someone can be that dedicated. Now, how am I going to do this? The interior wall. Still like the idea of having the glass like that. So maybe what I'll do is kind of like, I'll build up the wall like this. Drop down. Drop down. Maybe I'll do like the glass. I'll put a glass block there. But then I should go like that. Probably. And then like that, I guess. Yep, this is what I should do. Where do I go? Where do I go? Can I place it as I fall, do you think? Do you think I'm that good? Got it! Oops, that's not right. I need to finish that off. Ah, and I put all the dirt away. Oh well. Just pillar with this. And that goes like that. Yeah. So essentially, this interior wall, this will all be sealed in. Oops, there we go. This will all be sealed in, all of this, except for this part right here. This again will be like so. Like so. Whoops, I fell. Okay. Well, anyway, it'll be kind of like that on the interior. And this will all be kind of just a flat thing, maybe. Maybe I'll do like a kind of a texture there with stairs. I don't want it to just be one giant stone brick wall, because that'll be kind of plain. And I'm going to have the glass on the inside, obviously. Glass here, 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 here. So on all the way along. Maybe. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Now I'm thinking that this interior wall does need some kind of an extra texture to it, so to speak. It needs something, because otherwise it's just kind of plain. Let me build it out and see how it looks. But yeah, anyway, I think that's basically all that I wanted to talk about. It was the fact that, you know what, I need a schedule. I need to stick to that schedule. Like, once I have the schedule, it needs to be set in stone. Like, it... Oops, look at that. I forgot a block way up there. There we go. Once I have a schedule, I need to stick to it. There is, you know, nothing else to it. I just need to stick to it. If I'm going to go on vacation, if I'm going to travel somewhere, I need to have all of those videos on the schedule, recorded, ready to go, ready to upload. You know, no excuses. I need to do that. It's kind of plain. It's kind of very plain. What if I cut notches into it? Notch. One more. Like that. And then this would be like... Oh, bad things are going to spawn all along in here. Oh. Okay. What if I cut little notches in it like that, and then on the other side as well, that might not be too bad. I could even maybe put like, I don't have any, but I could maybe put like the stone steps on the top and bottom, kind of texture it a little bit more. There would be another notch. If I'm looking at it right, it would be obviously right here, right along here, and then in the middle there, I could, I don't know, figure out something for the middle that's just otherwise a blank nothing. I don't know. I'll figure it out. There's a lot of groundwork that needs to be done, obviously, to get this interior wall done. I didn't really plan on doing a huge design for it, but you know what? I might as well make it look not too ugly. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of end the episode there. Thank you guys for watching. Share this video on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do all those other awesome things people do. This has been Poet, and I am going to try to get myself motivated to do better, be better, work on a schedule, upload regularly, and kind of kick myself in the butt, since I don't have anyone else to do it for me. Nor should I expect anyone else to do it for me. And hopefully, you know, if I could get a schedule out, I know that it would make my channel more successful. I guarantee you, if I had been on a schedule, and this is to all those aspiring YouTubers out there, maybe my last words of advice here as the episode finishes off. If I was an aspiring YouTuber right now, I would be definitely working on a schedule. If I had been working on a schedule, like, and dedicate myself to it, I'd be at 500,000 subscribers right now. Never mind the 100,000 that I'm at right now. I'd be at 500,000, maybe 1 million. It's that significant. I do believe that it is. So, oh man, that looks ugly. I'll need to change this whole thing. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. We'll see what I can come up with. And I'm going to maybe even try to post it publicly. Get that kind of thing working. And go from there. But until next time, we'll be seeing you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the HD quality content that the channel provides. If you do end up watching the videos for once in a while, look at it full screen in the most HD it can. It is worth it. It is really worth it. It makes a difference. It's kind of my treat to you guys. So we'll be seeing ya. Bye-bye.